Hi everybody, Broken Ebeez here. Welcome to today's video. So today I'm back on Windows 10 on the secondary gaming PC, and I've installed Euro Truck Simulator 2, the latest version 1.53, and I've done the GMC global combo map. This is the first time I've run the game on the RTX nVidia graphics card. So it'll be interesting to see how it compares to the AMD RX running on Linux Mint. So this is the map, as you can see. I mean, it's huge. It's a non-pro mods map, so it's the GMC global map. I'll put a shortcut link underneath the video in case any of you want to recreate this map. I mean, it's absolutely massive. It's huge, honestly, and there's not. Well, there is a little bit of pro mods. There's a great step by pro mods, but that's it. The main pro mods map is not included, and we go literally everywhere. We've also got a very in-depth, excuse me, Russia, and we've got a very in-depth Rus map, southern region, and we've got extra bits of Russia. We've got ROEX included with Kiev and the whole of Ukraine, Sevastopol, and you name it, we've got it. Istanbul, plenty of Turkey. We've also got Portugal completely redone. This is using all SCS map DLCs except Greece, so there's no Greece map DLC in here, as you can see. So yeah, we're in the Scania with the Crouch livery. Crouch is a breakdown recovery firm which is very local to where I live, and I believe they're the biggest in the UK, along with another company called Lantern, but I'm not sure whether Crouch is bigger or Lantern's bigger. I know Crouch is huge. I'm also using Creechbum's V8 sound mod for those of you that want to know. There's a couple of mods in there, but other than the paint jobs and the sound, not really much. We've got a Christmas delivery on to the chocolate factory, so I thought I'd give it a whirl out and we'd try it. I don't know what all the new trucks. I know they've added the Iveco S-Way. I know they've added some new Volvos as well. But to be fair, it's been such a long while since I loaded this game up. I have to say I have very high hopes of the RTX 3050. It is only in 720p. It's not in 1080p, so don't adjust your sets or your monitors. I've not really finished setting this all up properly, but anyway, we'll see how we go with said mods. And we'll take a drive to the chocolate factory. We do have mainly SCS stuff installed. I don't have any mod trucks. I think with the amount of trucks that are available in 153, the day of mod trucks are limited and numbered. Those of you that have bought mod trucks, well, I'm sure they'll be continue to be upgraded to the latest version of the game if you bought it from a reputable modder. So yeah, nice to be back on the trucking. I chose Euro Truck as opposed to American Truck just to see what all the furore is about. And as I say, we've got no graphical mods installed. We've got around 55, I think it is, map mods in total. And as I say, along with the truck sound mods, and that's about it. I've got the interface mod because I like it, but it doesn't bloody well work properly. Still, it didn't work on 152. It didn't work properly on 153. So I don't know whether the mod makers ditched it or whether they intend to update it or not. both the sleep and the fuel gauge doesn't work on the display, which almost puts me off using the thing. I have to say, the detail that the RTX 3050 is producing is gorgeous, and it's running very, very smooth on Windows 10 using the full game mode. What it's recording like, I don't know, because it's recording to the same drive, which is far from ideal. But we'll check it out anyway. I want to get over it because I think, if I remember right, we have to go straight on. We'll stick the OptiCruise on. This is Creechbum's straight V8 open pipe sound for the Scania Next Generations, but it doesn't include the OptiCruise gearbox sounds. I've deliberately just put the engine sounds in and omitted all the OptiCruise sounds. And I know there's loads of new electric trucks. I know there's the new range of Volvo F80s added to the game. There's the Iveco S-Way. So you really are spoiled now for truck choice. Now, I only have this livery for the next gen. I don't have it for the older Scanias, which is a shame. So if any modders out there do watch this video back, please do some crouch liveries, because it's smashing to have local company liveries available for your trucks. And, you know, it's all very well having a truck for life, but sometimes it is nice to have a range of trucks to choose from. And I would imagine if you decided to make this crouch livery just for the SCS trucks that's available in game, you'd be going at it for a while. Just saying. So we've got a Crimbo delivery on. I did this one of the other years. Can't remember which year. We do have an aggressive AI traffic mod installed, but it's not about the quantity of the traffic. That's on G_traffic 1.0, which is the standard. It's more about the AI being quite aggressive and cutting you up and just making life a lot more challenging, really. I don't have the cinematic camera installed yet, which I've got to re-find. So I'll put that in. So I have put Beck in, of course. And I do have the physics activated. So the cab does bounce and bobble all over the place like it does in real life. But I don't have the look/chase camera activated because when people are looking around the cab, to me that's unrealistic, because that's not how your eye-brain combination works. So, you know, if I want to look at Beck, that's what it looks like in real life. I don't see all the panning and the looking round at her. That just doesn't register. Your brain kind of discards that and says, nope, I don't want to see that load of rubbish. All I want to do is look at, you know, what it is I'm trying to look at. So I tend not to do it. I know a lot of YouTubers and streamers do it and like it, but I think it's unnatural. So I've not put it on. Okay. So we need to switch the engine off and go through the portal. If I remember right from the last time I did this, they have physics enabled, so that your truck, you know, is slip sliding away all over the shop. Let me just check how I've actually got my lights on. Yeah, and that looks fantastic. That's beautiful. The quality with the RTX is stunning. And it is on the Winblows, so it's not having to use Proton or Wine, which I guess all helps with the rendering process and just makes it look absolutely gorgeous. I'm sure there's physics at play here. I could be wrong. I don't think there's any traffic, if I remember right, on the Christmas map. But anyway, very, very nice to be back in the truck. Latest version seems to be running fine, but I'm guessing that's more down to the grunt of the 3050 than anything else. And with having all these map mods installed as well, you know, that's about, I think the map is in total, the map combo is about 13 gigs of extra data. Well, I've got 24 gig of RAM in here, whereas in my main Mint gaming PC I've only got 16 gig. So maybe that's also going to help a bit as well. As I say, if any of you do want to replicate this huge map, I'll put a shortcut link underneath the video to the GMC logistics website. And as I say, it is amazing what these guys do. And this is, say, on the latest 153. So they've got you back, they've got you covered. Just bear with me for 1 second. I just need a slurp of coffee because I can feel my voice going a bit. Now, I guess while we're here, I'll answer a few questions. Why am I back on Windows? Well, I'm very, very interested to see the current state of both Windows 10 and 11. This is my secondary gaming PC. So this is not my main Linux Mint gaming PC with the AMD RX. This is my secondary. So I installed Windows 10, and the first thing that came up on the taskbar, you got it, Windows Copilot. So even Windows 10 users aren't safe from the shenanigans that Microsoft are forcing on people. And I think it's despicable. I also wanted to see if this PC would be compatible with Microsoft Windows 11. And after running the compatibility checker, it is. So if you've got a Ryzen 5 1600 6-core 12-thread processor, it's fully compatible with Windows 11. Why that suddenly appeared on both, I don't know, but anyway. I also wanted to see if I would be offered the Windows 11 upgrade, because Windows 11 24H2 is not the standard upgrade install as in previous versions of Windows. So if you're going to upgrade Windows 10 to Windows 11 24H2, it will flatten your hard drive and do a fresh install of Windows 11 24H2. I'm guessing that's to accommodate a lot of the AI stuff and a lot of the shenanigans that are included out of the box with 24H2. I think I'm on Windows 10, either 22H2 or 23. I think it's 23H2. I think that's the last version of Windows 10, but I'll check. Not sure. The installation process, having been used to doing Linux installs, is I don't know how to describe it. Archaic, I guess, compared to doing a Linux install. Linux installs are so easy to do. The other thing was downloading, running and installing all the updates for Windows 10 took about a half day. which is ridiculous when you think it takes seconds on a Linux PC. Yeah, overall, not impressed. And I guess the one thing that I took away from doing the Windows, because I did do a fresh install of Windows 10 on a spare 1 TB Sata SSD, I guess what I take away from it is when people say that Linux is so difficult to install, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, you're talking out your arses. It's so much easier to install, configure and set up Linux than it is Windows, because basically Linux mostly by and large does it all for you. You've not got to go hunting around for drivers, going all over the bloody internet, pissing about. It all just works out the box. So I think Windows could learn a lot from doing some desktop Linux installs themselves. However, I'm guessing it's a lot more difficult for Windows because they don't have their own dedicated repositories for drivers. So if you want the nVidia driver, well, you've got to go to the nVidia website. Whereas on Linux, all these are tested and stored in the distributions repositories so that you don't have to go chasing all over the internet. Having said that, I mean, in 2024, we're in December, just before Christmas, and this operating system support expires in October of 2025. So you've really got three options. You either pay your money and upgrade to Windows 11, even if that means buying yourself a new PC, God forbid, or you dump Windows 10 and migrate over to Linux. That's option number 2. It's certainly the one that I would prefer and recommend to everybody. Or there's option number 3, which I think the majority of people will go for. And option number 3 is to do fuck all. Just leave Windows 10 on your PC, and if you're vulnerable, fuck it, you're vulnerable. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Who cares about viruses, malware, spyware? Hell, the operating system comes with enough of this shit right out the box. With the love from Microsoft, so you're not really got to worry that much about third-party shit, have you? Because you're already awash with it from Microsoft. Now, I did also take the opportunity to run Chris Titus Tech's Deblo Script on Windows 10, and it's very interesting. He's got a lot of the installs and a lot of the tools off the interweb rather than write it itself. However, credit where credit's due, it is a great bit of kit if you're a Windows user to really speed your PC up and streamline your Windows 10. I can't speak for Windows 11, but there is a version available for Windows 11, and I've no reason to believe that would be any worse than this script. So, me doing an install of Windows 10 onto this PC has been an enjoyable experience because it's allowed me to get back into the real world of Windows users and try and get into the mindsets of why Windows users won't migrate over to Linux. I don't think, personally, October 2025, I think the date will come and go and nobody will give a flying fuck about Linux or anything else. I think they'll just stay on Windows 10. If they can't upgrade to Windows 11 because it's not fully compatible and they're not in a position to shell out on a brand new computer, fuck it, just stay on Windows 10 and you're probably okay. It's probably going to take the software vendors 2 to 3 years before they start making stuff not compatible with Windows 10, if not longer. So, I mean, I actually believe that the majority of people will do fuck all, to be honest. Absolutely fuck all. They won't change over to Linux. They won't make it won't make any difference to their lives whatsoever. Yeah, so Chris Titus Tech's script is a great little bit of kit. So all you got to do is open your PowerShell as administrator and then run the following command and it should bring it down. Yeah, I didn't run it as administrator, did I? Chab. What a queb. I have to say that this script does indeed make your Windows 10 PC run just as quick as what Linux runs. The only difference is that this will slow down over time if you don't do your in-house maintenance and upkeep, whereas your Linux won't. But then again, I mean, who gives a shit, really? So you've got install upgrade selected, so you've got a whole ton of software here that you can just one button install, which is really cool. And then you've got your tweaks, which is really interesting. And again, if you select all of these here, the standard tweaks, and then click on Run Tweaks and reboot your PC, you will find that your Windows 10 runs just as fast as any Linux distro I've ever seen. As you can see here, it's running like a mother trucker. It really is. Very, very quick and responsive. I mean, my current mod folder on my Euro truck is 15 gig, of which about 13.8 gig of that is map files. So there you go, everybody. Please let me have your thoughts and comments underneath the video, because I would be very, very interested to hear your take on it. As you know, I absolutely love my Linux. I loathe Windows, and there's Copilot installed right out the box. There you go. Beautiful. So it doesn't look like anybody's getting away from the shenanigans at all, does it? Quite frankly. You're pretty much buggered. Is there an about? Yeah, there is an about. There we go. So that's the spec of my PC, Windows 10 Home. It is compatible with Windows 11, so I could follow the upgrade path if I wanted to have the worst computing experience ever. Also, this PC, once I'm done with the whole Windows 10 thing, just so you all know, is earmarked for Linux Lite to run alongside my beloved Linux Mint. So there you go, everybody. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Thumb the videos up if you loved it, down if you hated it. I will see you for another wicked Broken Ebeez video.